Is it not playing?
You got a friend in me. You got a friend in me.
Am I inverted?
When the road looks
Well, I mean, I'm inverted technically because my bed to me is on this side. When I'm pointing this way, I'm pointing that way.
Now you can read the letters clearly on Mac.
Oh, that's what you're talking about? I don't really have anything. A pen.
Yeah, you're
Oh
fine.
no, I'm in the right way. Interesting.
Let's go. Welcome everybody
So,
to the fabled episode 69 of the We're Not Friends podcast.
we're about to keep it
Today-
hella clean today. This is gonna be the cleanest podcast you've ever seen.
The most PG-13 podcast to ever
Mhm.
exist. Oh, can we play? We can actually like as we talk, we can have background music playing on this. That's cool.
I feel like the lo-fi is probably the more chill. Or was
Wait,
it the
it's
same
the
shit? Oh, that's what you were playing? Wait,
No.
no. It's because we're both clicking it.
Go, you click it.
It's loading.
It's kind of whack.
Yeah. There's a lot of options. Oh my god. Can we play this the entire time? Wait.
Yeah. All right,
It's
we'll go
just
get it.
raining the whole time.
Oh shoot!
I'll be right back, Tosh.
I'll go get.
Oh,
Okay. You know how you were eating chicken nuggets last week?
Yeah.
Guess what I'm eating this week?
What are you eating?
Chicken nuggets.
Good. I know. I haven't ate anything yet because as soon as I came home, I've been finishing up my presentation. I've just been trying to rush it and finish it to the point where like I even made hot water so I can make coffee so I can be wide awake for this, and I forgot until just now that I've had
Damn,
hot water
well-
waiting for me for like 2 hours.
Go do that. Go get your coffee. We're gonna need it.
No, it's
Biggest
fine.
bro.
No,
Biggest
because I
bro.
have to reheat it now. So there's no point.
Biggest bro, do you think the diddler is guilty or innocent? Biggest bro. What do you think? Is in the last 13
Yeah.
minutes I was looking for a new podcast.
Is that's
to
been
call my
mad.
diddler.
He literally messaged me at like 1 minute past. He's like, "Are you guys not podcasting?" I'm like, "I'm waiting on Max."
Hey,
Which,
is
spoiler alert, guys, we're like, because of Max.
yeah. We're like this time it is because of me. I must admit it's because you know what? They had us playing overtime in pickleball, and then I had to come home and get some real quick to eat. I had to start making the chicken nuggets and stuff, and so I was like, I'm running 10 minutes late, Tosh. And Tosh was like, I haven't set anything up. I was like, can you set that home?
Because
Yes, you
I'm
did.
still learning Restream. I haven't played around with it as much as you have. So,
But what's up, Acro in the building? Hi,
What's up?
Acro. And here comes the dish. Thanks, babe.
good thing you're gonna be watching the presentation most of this, so you got time to eat. Ugh, now I'm hungry. I'm gonna make food after the pod.
Okay, so your initial thoughts before getting into the presentation. Max motivated me to play basketball with small arms. So Acro was in my other other stream the other day. And I was like,
Yeah.
Acro, do you play ball? And she was like, no, I have small arms. I'm like, you don't need small arms to play. Anybody can play, Acro.
Yeah, you don't need long arms. You just need long legs.
Even Tasha can dunk. Do you want to do your peaks and pits first
Unfortunately.
before we get into the diddler?
Oh, what's yours? Let me think. What did I even do this week?
Mine first or yours?
I mean, go first. It's always you first because I always have to think.
So my peak of the week, if it's gonna happen this weekend, Does it not qualify?
No, because that would be part of your next week.
Okay.
That's your like coming up. It hasn't happened yet. Your peak and pits have to be what's happened.
Okay. I have a peak. So my peak of the week was yesterday. We went to a what is it? A cricket game with Sanjay here in Dallas. I've never been to a cricket game ever in my life, so I learned the sport, and now I want to play that too. Aside from pickleball, cricket.
Oh
Cricket
my
is kind
god!
cricket is kind of fire. I'm not gonna lie. So and then the mascot came and he sat with us. His name is Leon the Lion, and they interviewed me. Yo, I'm gonna be on TV in India. I'm gonna be on like national TV in India. They interviewed me because it was my first time at the game, and they were just asking me questions about like how I liked it, how I felt the pace of the game was, what I've learned so far, and stuff like that. So I'm gonna be an Indian national superstar. I'm gonna be famous, Tasha. So
Wow.
that happened, and yeah, cricket games are long. It was a 4-hour thing. But like once you learn the game, it's kind of like interesting. My pit of the week was. Oh, I have another peak of the week. So I witnessed a supposed Star Wars fan and her team lose disastrously this Monday on the Oasis. I couldn't believe the demolition that Star Wars had to like endure. Dragon Ball Z
I can mute you. That's great.
Embarrassing. For
I
me,
just realized I just realized I can mute you. Just so you know, I muted you halfway through that, so we didn't hear you.
that
So
was embarrassing.
the only embarrassing part is that this game had nothing to do with our fandoms. I have a lot of beef about this with you. I have a lot of beef building up about this.
It couldn't be about your own fandoms because, of course, you would win that.
I
Why would I ask the Star
don't
Wars people a Star
understand
Wars
how
question?
it was Star Wars versus Dragon Ball Z just because we're fans of it, but the questions had nothing to do with it.
Yes, it did. There was a whole bunch of fandom questions. A whole bunch.
About other fandoms? You have a fucking Pokemon category.
Yes, that's fandom.
None of us know that. No, it's supposed to be if the whole thing you hyped it up to be the battle between our fandoms, Star Wars and Dragon Ball Z. So it should be our knowledge against each other.
I said, who is the best fandom?
We basically no. I've never once claimed to know random ass facts of other fans. I've never said that. What?
Because the whole game was like
I
which fandom is
came to prove my point that I could give you all the Star Wars knowledge. I can defend my Star Wars love and knowledge.
Why would anybody want to challenge you in that? That's like you come in and saying,
I know, emoji chickened out.
Let's do basketball versus Star Wars. Why would
But
we
it was
do that?
supposed to be like against. Like they answer some of ours, we answer some of theirs, and vice it's all mixed up. That's the whole point. See, the game was literally just random people getting together. Hold on. The whole point that you did with the game was just random people getting together and battling in a random game of Jeopardy. It had nothing to do with our fandoms. What?
How can I mute you?
You can't. But literally, because that's the thing that's so annoying about what you did here, because it wasn't even anything about battling for our fandoms. We are just fans that are participants that were randomly selected to go against each other.
Nobody said it was Star Wars Jeopardy. It was fandom versus fandom in Jeopardy. Nobody said Star Wars trivia versus Dragon Ball Z
but it
trivia.
should have had questions about our fandom. And then you have Emoji out here now claiming that he's King Star Wars. That bitch didn't answer one single Star Wars question. There wasn't even one.
He conquered y'all.
Yeah,
Like,
he won the game.
yo,
He can claim King Jeopardy.
He's like
He can't.
Thanos.
He
He's taking
can't
over every
claim
fandom one by
King Star
one.
Wars.
That's crazy.
Anyways, save this beef for another time because we got a lot of shit to do today.
Anyways, yeah, y'all got conquered. Tasha, take that L.
So,
Hold that L,
no, there's no L to hold besides the fact that I lost a random game of Jeopardy that had nothing to do with my fandom.
I'm sorry.
Anyway,
Star Wars is inadequate.
so pits and peaks. So there was like a new Star Wars map that was released for the galaxy. So I've been so hyped to like dissect that shit. I haven't really had time to do that yet. No, like online. It's been like officially posted and stuff. So I'm excited to dissect through that.
Can you elaborate on that? What does that mean? Like what? What? What does that mean?
Like a diagram of the galaxy, like where all the planets are in the Star Wars universe. Somebody just made a map of the whole galaxy where they are and labeled it.
Oh.
And there's like an updated version that came out. So
it's official or fan made?
I mean, most of the maps are fan made. Usually, there's nothing that's like officially. I don't think.
I would question the authenticity of a fan made map.
Okay. Anyways, everyone uses that map. I think it's posted in books that are posted under the Star Wars company. So, anyways, and then we had a barbecue on the weekend, and I made burgers and hot dogs, and I burned my hand. Battle scars. What else? My pit was. They're all peaks. I am pit, I guess. But my pit was definitely your text recently when you're like, how do you feel about moving to Fridays?
We need to find a new day.
No, Wednesdays are perfect for me.
Oh.
Because it was what I have going on scheduling behind the scenes. Wednesdays are the perfect day, and it's the day that I need the rest day.
Well, then, can we move it and now we're back?
Yeah.
Can we do that?
Yeah, I'm fine with going to 6.
Okay. No.
Yeah.
It's already at 6 o'clock your time.
No, it's 7 my time. I'm fine with starting an hour early at 6. So that's
no, an hour later.
Oh, an hour later.
Yeah.
Oh, so you want to do 8 my time, 10 your time?
Yeah.
If you're fine with that, then I'm fine with that.
Yeah, because the lights go off at the basketball court at 10, so that's perfect for me.
Oh my god. Okay.
Because what happens? Look, this is what happens. Let me tell you what happens. So I go play pickleball, right, till 8 o'clock, and then my pod is at 9, so I have a 1-hour window to play basketball. And in basketball, if you win, you get to keep playing. Like, you own the court. You keep winning, you keep playing. So like, I'm always winning, right? So like, it's crazy because I'm like, sorry guys, I gotta go, guys, because I got a pod. And they're like, oh, you got a pod? What is your pod about? And I'm like,
tonight is that
Diddy. But if we move it back an hour, then everything fits perfectly. It's like a perfect puzzle.
Okay, well, that's fine with me because I really don't want to give up the day.
That we're gonna be kind of losing the East Coast audience because that'll be 11 o'clock their time. But
yeah.
YOLO.
Well, I mean, most of them do stay up anyways. Let's be honest. True. But yeah. Other than that, I can't really think of anything. Definitely my pit was finding time to do the Diddy presentation because I feel like I've had no time. Been so busy. But I've also not been busy. I don't know how to explain it. But anyways, I've just had a long week. What?
So is he guilty or not?
Hell yeah, bro. He's guilty.
It's a hell yeah?
Hell yeah. Okay, are you ready? Okay, I was playing with this before you came in.
That was emphatic. Okay.
How can I do it? So
shout out to the memes. Petroleum Dynamite.
I know. I wanted to do something fun. Do you like how I added a bunch of Diddy and Jay-Z? I had to make sure I threw him in there.
Yeah, I would appreciate that.
Just for you. My favorite is the fucking 50 Cent one. The one that he posted. He posted this as a tweet, or not a tweet, as a Instagram post of him on trial, like the trial or the jury or whatever, and they're all him.
That's funny.
Okay.
That's funny. I'm juror number 6, by the way.
I noticed. So I'm thinking, because the thing I'm just remembering is that there's a lot of words in mine, so might be hard to read. Okay.
That one, this was good. This was good.
Yeah. Okay. So Diddy. Let's start with who the fuck is Diddy?
Sean Diddy Combs.
In case nobody knows. Yeah, so if you don't know Diddy, this is Diddy. This is the problem, okay? I haven't had really much time to like really get into this, so you might have to balance it out with some comments too.
To emphatically say that he's guilty.
I mean, I've been saying he's guilty all year. Like, look at all the things that have come out. The video evidence. The people just like saying, like, you know, like, you don't want to go to a Diddy after party, you know? Like all the rumors and everything. Like, and it's not just one person that said it. It's like the whole Hollywood industry. They all know about it. They've all spoken about it, you know? There's so many people that have made like statements and claims and like all of this. So like, you know, it's one thing when it's like a few people saying something, but when you have a large variety of people saying it from all over the place, and then you can see different things happening, it kind of is like, it's happening. There's things going on here. There's something strange. Yeah. There's something going on. Even if some of the things that are said are exaggerated, I'm sure there's some truth in it. So, yeah. So, Diddy, yeah, Sean John Combs. The weird thing is I don't know much about him from like way back when he started. So like did he actually rap? See, here's the thing. Like, I don't actually know any songs from him.
Really?
Yeah, I don't remember. I might, like, if you played a song, maybe I would recognize it. But the thing is, like, I can't recall like a top song of his.
Have you heard It's All About the Benjamins, Baby? All About the Benjamins, Baby.
I think so. That sounds kind
or
of familiar.
What else? He did that song when Biggie died, like every step you take, I'll be missing you. He did that song.
Okay.
He did. He's done a lot of songs. Like
because that's the thing.
He's featured on a lot of songs because he's.
I was gonna ask you that, because did he make an album or is he featured a lot? Because that's the thing. I feel like he's more of a featured artist than he is an actual artist with his own music.
Yeah, so he started Bad Boy Records, and his main two rappers were
Biggie for sure,
and oh my God, he did
well, this is before Usher.
Oh, way before Usher.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was Biggie and Come Out and Play.
Mary J. Blige.
No, he discovered her too, but oh my God.
I have no idea.
Damn, I feel like I'm letting the culture down right now because I'm having a brain.
You are.
And later on, he went to discover Mace too. Mace was part of his thing, but Mac, it's something Mac, mac and
cheese. It'll come
This
back
is-
to you eventually.
This is killing me. No, we gotta stop everything right now to
Google
oh
it.
my god. Hold on. Hold on. With Biggie and Mac. Craig Mack. Oh my god. Craig Mack. That's right.
He doesn't seem that big if you forgot him.
Oh,
Just
that was
saying.
haunting me. Nah, he had a pretty big single out when he came out. But yes, anyway, continue. You can continue now.
Okay. So, as you said, he had his own record label and he discovered a lot of people. And I don't know much about his personal career or anything like that, but he did date J-Lo for a minute there because they had a whole beef problem. But within this trial, we're gonna get to know his previous wife, right? They were married. Can't remember. Did they marry?
Who, Cassie?
Yeah. Were they ever officially
Um,
married? Or were they just dating?
That's a good question. Did they get married?
I don't know. I can't remember if they did or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway,
I plead
she's
the
definitely
FIF on that one. I'm not sure.
yeah. So we're definitely gonna talk about her situation because she's their top witness, top person on the whole trial. Hello, Millie.
What's up,
Okay.
millionaire? What's up, Mahalo Joseph?
I was thinking
He
mac
said-
and cheese too. I
Yeah,
know. I
couldn't
think it's
remember
because I'm
Craig
hungry.
Mack. Oh, I couldn't remember Craig Mack. I let the culture down. I'm sorry. Revoke my
Do you
hip hop
know-
card.
Just so you guys know, like you're gonna notice a huge downfall in these slides. I started out trying to be all like colorful and everything, and then it just goes downhill. Anyway, so
Oh, you know what? They didn't marry. Oh, Millie said they didn't because he was married to Kim Porter. I know they got married and had
yeah,
some children.
I know. Yeah, I know he was married to Porter. I didn't know that. Okay, well, that's good. That's good for Cassie. At least she got out of there without having to deal with all the fucking divorce paperwork on the side. Anyway,
Was it
so
good though? Because they weren't married, she didn't get pizza.
Harvey's is disgusting, and I have no idea what you just said. What did you say?
I have no idea what you just said. let me break it down. Because she did not get married, there was no divorce settlement for her to receive any money. In other words, she didn't get piz aid. What is Harvey's?
I thought you said pissed. That's why I was like, what? She does say she got peed on. That's why I was confused. That's why I was confused. Harvey's is just a restaurant. I guess it's Canadian if you don't know it.
Man, I never heard of Harvey.
It's like a A&W almost. So the trial. So he's obviously been arrested. He's been in jail for a while now. So he's being charged with racketeering, sex trafficking by force, and transportation of purposes of prostitution. Which I'm shocked that that's all that they're going after him for, but I guess they've got a really strong case for this.
I guess it's not illegal to be a freak, you know, like you do some freaky shit, but is that illegal? Like,
see, that's the thing, because I think that's where he's trying to come in with his defense or whatever, saying like it's just fetishes, like this shit shouldn't be illegal. But
yo, Tosh, real quick side note, I'm looking at the menu for Harvey's right now. It looks pretty good. It looks like it's got some banging ass burgers. They got the Big Harv original. They got the Big Harv Angus. They got a grilled hot dog.
It does not help the fact that I'm hungry. You're
they got
eating,
poutine
and
over
now
here?
Millie's
they got
talking
the-
about food.
They got buffalo chicken
It's
poutine.
gonna be a difficult stream for me. Oh my god.
Oh, the chicken strips look good.
How do you eat your chicken nuggets and just imagine you're eating whatever you're looking at?
Hey, how come nobody told me about Harvey's? This shit looks banging.
if you were a real Canadian, like you so claim, you would have already known about it.
Well, I'm not a real I'm an honorary Canadian.
Same fucking thing, bro. If you want to
I've
be
been
labeled as
anointed
a Canadian in any
by
way, you should know.
Sharky and Kerm anointed me.
They did it
Anyway,
wrong.
all right,
though.
continue. Harvey's as good as hell, though. I'm gonna hit that next time I go.
So yeah, he's been in jail. He's gone back and forth with them setting up this thing. So I guess this is the US versus him. I didn't realize that when I was first looking into it because I thought this was originally like Cassie coming after him, but then when I was looking further into it, I realized like she settled already something with him last year. So this court case is actually like the country going after him. And yeah, so the trial has begun on May 5th. And then witnesses started on May 12th. And it's still going till today. They literally still have things planned as of today, which is crazy. It's been like almost 2 months. I don't even know what day we're on technically, like day like 30, 40 something.
30. It'd be about day 50 at this point. Right
Well,
on the
you have
money.
to you have to exclude the weekends because they only do it Monday to Friday, and
Word.
they've also had a few days off in the week, so it just depends. So yeah, I don't remember what number we're at. I was gonna do like day 1, day 2, day 3, but then as I was going in, I'm like, this is
Too much.
I got too much here. Too much is going on. Okay. Ugh. I added a lot of the sketches because obviously press is not allowed inside. So they have a sketch artist who's been doing a lot of these sketches. And I gotta say, some of these sketches are iconic. So I've added a lot of them because obviously we don't get inside look. So the trial began May 5th. Basically, the first whole week, I think they only were in trial technically for like 3, maybe 4 of the 5 days that week. And it was just them basically just Diddy on the stand, like them like telling him what he's being charged with when he said like he's not guilty and all of this. And then they went through the jury for like most of that, where they were screening them, testing them, asking them a lot of questions apparently, just to see, because they were trying to get like a wide variety of different people on the stand, and they wanted to see like how much knowledge they had about the case itself from previously. So like they were questioning them of like memes that they've seen of Diddy and the baby oil, you know, from like a year ago and stuff. So like the first week was more so like them testing the jury and everything and making sure it was fair and everything like that.
If you were a potential juror in this case, would you lie to get out of it, or would you want to like be part of this type of case?
See, I'd get bored really fast because you're basically just like going there listening all day, and then you have to go to like a hotel and then go back again the next day, and you're back and forth. And then even on the day, like on the weekends, you're being watched. So like you can't do anything. So in a way, like I'd be bored, but in another way, knowing that it's been 2 months of like being off work and like you're getting paid and you're staying in a hotel, you get all your food and everything you want. I mean, I might be
How
just
much do you
living
get
it up.
paid?
Well, I mean, like they cover your like financials, right, for jury duty with these type of things when they select random people. So like you like it's like your EI or whatever, you know, like when you're off work, usually they cover whatever days you miss work. Typically the government will cover that for you and give you the approximate amount of the money that you're missing out on work. From what I've been told anyways, that's how it works. So if you go for jury duty, typically you get like that day paid for work, but from government, like you get compensated.
Mm.
So if I got compensated for sure for the amount of time I'm off, I mean, I might actually sign up for that shit because too
And you get to
much
chill and watch
vacation,
Netflix all day
basically.
when you're not at the court.
Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
and
So
get
I
paid.
might actually live for that. But it'll also be hella boring. And the worst part is you can't really have any communication with friends or family. So that's the only downside on that one.
And then you have the burden of figuring out like if the motherfucker is guilty or not guilty. You know, like when you don't really know, you're like, damn, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna say?
Oh hell, if you have me on your jury, guys, you're guilty. You're proving to me why you're innocent. You know how
That's
they're like, you're
funny.
innocent till you're proven guilty? Nah, you're guilty. You gotta prove it
That's
to me, you
funny.
innocent.
You'll never be a juror off of this podcast alone. That's funny.
Good. You know, I've never been given like jury duty before. Have you ever like got it?
Yeah, like 3 times so far. And I'm always like, what do I always say? I always say, you know what? I'm not gonna incriminate myself. I always say the truth of something that prohibits me from attending further. That's what I always say.
I've never been given the choice or the option to. So
Word.
I've always been yeah, I've
It's
always
a
been
drag.
like waiting for the day.
The process
The thing
sucks.
is though, I want like a good case. Like if it's some boring ass like traffic ticket or some dumb ass shit like that, no, throw me in there for like a murder case or something. Like if I gotta do this, like I'm going all out. Like pick me for something good. I want to
Hell
be
yeah.
entertained at least. If I have to do this, entertain me, not put me to sleep. So anyway, so the first week was mostly for the jury there to get them all like settled or whatever and to question them on like they question them on like their favorite rap artists and like all of that stuff, right? And like really dug into it and everything. So like they were trying to make sure that was equally balanced and you had all types and everything. I can't remember. They gave a list. I think it was like 10 men and 6 women or something, and then they have like 6 backups, which I don't understand how that works, because if you have backups, are they also just sitting there? And then at the end of the day, wouldn't you just have like 20 jurors in general? Because they
And
all are there participating.
substitute? Like if somebody dies or something?
Well, that's the thing. Like, I mean, we'll get to that because I mean that happened, but I mean,
Oh, somebody died on the jury?
no. I mean, like a substitution, but
Oh.
like I don't understand how that works in general, because if you have substitutes and then they're there and they're sitting there the whole time. So imagine being a substitute juror. You're sitting here for 2 months every day listening. At the end, you don't even get to have a say in the decision because you're just a substitute. Right?
Yeah.
You're not actually a part of it. So you're just there in case somebody drops out. So you're literally like, you have no purpose, basically. Like
Well, your purpose is if somebody drops out.
Yeah. Well, that's the only purpose. And for the amount of time that these people are giving in or like giving their time for this, and they have no purpose at the end of the day because they don't need to substitute, that's wild.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a hot take. I'd rather be a substitute juror with none of the responsibility and all of the upside of chilling all day every day. Tasha, that's what you want to be.
Hell no. Give me nah. If I'm gonna be there, I'm making a decision. If I have to listen to everything,
Nah.
I'm making a decision.
I'd love to be there and not have the burden of a man's fate in my hands.
Are you telling me like you could sit there and, spoiler alert, you watch all the videos that they've been showing in the court of all the
and then
abuse
I'm
and
like,
everything, and you're saying you don't want to sit there and be like, I watched this person do this, they're guilty.
Well,
If I watch
you know,
that shit, if I watch
if it
all
comes
of
down
those
to like
videos,
serving
and I didn't
justice,
even
of
get to
course,
say,
like
like,
you want the
yo,
bad guys to go to jail and the good guys to be like free. But if
imagine
that,
you're sitting there as the like as a substitute, and you're like, this person is guilty. You see all of this, and then the actual jury that gets to make the decisions, like, oh, we all agreed, like a final tally vote, and it came down to one person saying that he's like not guilty. I'd rage quit. I'd be out. I'd be like, what the fuck?
I'd rage
Oh,
quit.
literally. Anyways, we're so off topic. And this is a long one. Mahalo. Okay. Anyways, continuing on. So May 13th, it was the beginning of when witnesses and everyone takes stands. So this whole week.
Look at the TV. It shows the clip.
Yeah. That's what I
That's
mean.
funny
Like,
that they have that.
like the drawings that they did are so good. Like the details that they put in is amazing.
That's crazy.
So this whole week Cassie was on trial, and she was giving her side of everything, and they obviously watched the video and talked about it and everything. Thing is, I did a lot of these paragraphs, so they're not really bullet forms. So to recap, basically, you know, Cassie was dating him for like 10, 11 years. And she was severely abused and sex trafficked by him. She participated in freak off parties daily. She said in one of the days that the longest freak off party she had was 4 days long.
No.
4 days. She
Did
said
they even
they average,
like,
she said 2 days. Like they were long. That's wild. Like 4 days, dude. That
what was that itinerary like? Was there showers? Was there lunch breaks?
that's what I'm sure there had to have been. Because also too, I weird to say, but I mean, them balls need to refill at some point, you know. So you need a little downtime to reload. So I'm sure that there was definitely some reloading happening there, and obviously they had to sleep. But the thing is, she barely got sleep too. Like that's the thing. I'm just shocked. Like, how could somebody stay in a sexual state of mind for that long? Like, and want to continue it and like demanding it. It's not like she like did it for fun. She was forced into it basically. So that's like the whole concept is wild.
I sit and think like after 48 hours, dog, like is this shit still
Calm
fun?
down.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Is there like reasonably awesome activity to do still after the 24th hour even? That's crazy.
Right? Like the one thing, like reading through all of these things, the one thing I really realized is like Diddy is like obsessed with like sex and like being a cuck, and like that's all that's on his mind at all times. Like he doesn't think about anything else. Like this is his one obsession. It's wild. Like, and like the different fetishes and stuff and the different directions, and just it's crazy. And then on top of it, he's very abusive in a lot of different ways, and it's just like it's a crazy life to be living, bro. It's a lot. It's really heavy. So yeah, so during her trial, which to mention also, she was 9 months pregnant on trial. I'm pretty sure she actually gave birth the week after to her son.
Tasha, imagine being her baby's daddy, sitting
He
in
was
there.
there. He was there. Alex showed up
know.
every
Tasha-
single day. He even showed
Tasha.
up on days when she wasn't there.
Thinking like having to listen to the most grotesque shit being said about happening to your wife. I wonder he learned some shit like you were doing what? Like what the
I'm
fuck?
sure. I'm sure.
What they got
maybe
going
he
on over
learned.
there?
Maybe he did learn something, but I feel like Cassie probably told him a lot of things.
Even that conversation, like, please sit down. We have to talk. Like,
But I feel
you'll
like
probably hear.
she probably told him a lot of this like years ago, because they've been together for a long time. I think since 2018. They've been together.
I don't think that shit that you say unless like you have to say it. That's not like a topic of a conversation. Like, oh my god.
No, I think they probably started slow, and she probably said some things, because obviously when you started dating Cassie at the time, she just ended a really long-term relationship with Diddy. So I'm sure Alex was probably curious and asked some questions about their previous relationship,
You
like
think so?
I feel like he probably would have
I
been
don't
at
think-
least somewhat interested, because she was dating one of like a top person, so I feel like maybe he would have been at least a little interested, especially with the rumors around the time, like how she was claiming abuse and everything. So I feel like they would have eventually had to have that awkward conversation. And then they obviously got married and everything, and they have like 3 kids now. So I feel like they've definitely had deeper conversations over the years, especially as they got closer and closer. Because she first, I think it was in 2022 when she first tried to, or did her first lawsuit or whatever against them for abuse. So there's no way in hell. Imagine Janie out of nowhere sues like a random ex for something and doesn't talk to you about it beforehand, knowing that it's going to make the news. Like, come on, they've had to have had some kind of
when
conversation.
she sued him, it was over. When she sued him, it was over that video. Like,
but I'm saying it started off small, and then it got more, because she did a few. I think she did like 2 times or something like that, 2 or maybe 3 different things. So like she's made statements too, also publicly. So I like the fact that they're married. They're on their 3rd kid now. Like they're pretty stable and happy. I'm pretty confident that they've had conversations about this, and especially leading up to the trial, knowing that she's going to be on the stand saying and admitting everything. Of course they had to have conversation about it. I don't think she would have gone on the stand and dropped information knowing he's sitting right there and never heard it. I feel like for her, she probably told him and like beforehand, so that when she's there saying it on the stand, she can look out to him and actually feel like she has somebody there on her team that's going to back her and feel comfortable.
Whether they had that conversation before or he learned some shit like at trial.
I mean, he could have learned some shit from other people, but I feel like all of her things he knew.
Even though like that shit. Well, all in all, like as a grown up, like as a mature person, like that has nothing to do with their relationship anyway. But still, you got to think like shock value wise.
I mean, shock value, like the amount of shit that she had to deal with is insane.
Yeah,
and I'm sure he probably, as sad as it is, probably looks at her a little differently in a way. Like it changes perspective of her or whatever. Like knowing,
that's
not
a
in a
good
bad way, but
too,
like.
Yeah, like as a partner, would it change like your view of your partner?
I'm not thinking it's gonna change negatively. I just think it would probably make him feel sad seeing her more as a victim in a way.
That's a good point too. That is a good point. That's a lot of like psychology wrapped up in this event, because we're just thinking from like Diddy's perspective, but like think about the families affected. And
oh yeah, her mom took the stand too. Like that's what I mean. Like, oh, there's a lot of people intertwined with this.
Yeah, man. All right, continue. My bad.
It's fine.
I'm probably gonna interrupt like 15 more times, but who cares?
No, it's fine. So basically she talks a lot about like what happened, what she went through. Definitely about that video of them in the hotel when she was thrown to the ground and everything. She talked a lot about being on drugs, and how she took drugs purposely after, so many times just to numb herself because of all the freak offs and all the abuse and everything, that she needed the escape, and that she would always be forced into these freak offs. She would do so many drugs to numb herself while like everybody else around her were sober. So she was just basically being used. Like, can just imagine what kind of state she was in. um
At a
so
certain
yeah,
point, like, do you go into like autopilot? Like, do you
yeah,
just like
100%. I feel like she probably entered those hotel rooms for the freak offs, just closed her
get it
eyes,
over with type shit?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, crazy. So there was a lot there, a lot of heavy things that week said. So going on, more witnesses. So this week I did kind of every like by day, because there's definitely a lot of different things happening. So one, I don't know the group. Dainty Kane?
Danity Kane, yeah.
Danity Kane? Okay, so one of the members from that group went on stand. And then she was just talking about her relationship, I guess, with Diddy, and how she was, I guess, kicked out of the group or something, and all of that. Her feelings. I didn't understand the reason why she was on the stand, because I don't think she really talked about anything other than like how she felt being kicked out of a group and her relationship with Diddy. I guess maybe it was just to build the case on like Diddy's personality and the way he interacted. The only thing that she really said about like all the charges, like sex trafficking and abuse and all that, was that she never witnessed him do anything to Cassie, really. So like I don't understand why she was really brought on the stand, unless I'm sure there might be other reasons, but I didn't really dig further into that, if there are any. And then that same day in the afternoon, Cassie's best friend took the stand, and was talking about her thing. So she ended, like, they had a falling out halfway through Cassie being with Diddy, because she witnessed a lot of the abuse, but then she basically ended the friendship as soon as Diddy turned the abuse onto her. I think Diddy choked her out or something like that. Or something. Yeah, I had finger marks on my neck. Yeah, so he choked her out after like they got into an argument or whatever, when she approached him about what he did to Cassie. So she took the stand and basically talked about it. Like her point of view and everything. I don't know if you have anything to add with these ones.
Nah, I didn't catch these. I didn't know about these.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that are like minor, but they're like obviously not minor for the fact that they're taking time to review everything. So
Yeah.
I don't know the exact reasons. So again, this is just like another day. His former assistant took the stand. David James, he was the one that set up a lot of hotel rooms, like did a lot of the bookings and everything. He did a lot of the shopping for like all the products needed, like baby oil and all that shit. Who knows what other things he's had to pick up, from stores and everything. So he basically was on the stand for a bit, just telling his side also about things he did, working the job and being the assistant and everything like that. And then also Cassie's mom took the stand that day. And was just talking about how she was scared for Cassie's life and everything, and how I guess Diddy was demanding money from her or something. Well, I think like he offered money for her silence, but then demanded money back. So I don't know what that whole thing was, but basically reviewed all of that and talked about that. And then they ended the day off with one
The
of
Punisher. Now
yeah.
this guy, I have heard a bunch about his testimony and the stuff they were doing. The three of them, she was getting crazy.
Yeah, yeah, that shit was wild. It's one thing to be
The
a cuck, but it's
Punisher.
one thing to be a Diddy cuck. That shit was wild. The things that
Yeah.
were in there. Yeah, so I think he said that they had like 18 sessions, or some like crazy amount of times that they like he was hired basically from them. So yeah, so every single time Cassie was there, was forced into sexual acts with him, while Diddy just sat in the corner and watched the whole time. And they were sober, and Cassie, he talks about how Cassie was drunk or high or something, you know. And it's crazy because like he didn't get paid a lot. Like I don't know. I felt like it was low for like celebrities. I don't know. I guess I was kind of really expecting higher amounts, but I mean, getting paid like a couple thousand, I don't know. I just felt like, I don't know. I just felt like that was low in a way because I was just assuming that he was out here throwing money like nothing, you know?
Yeah. That's technically what, 300 an hour?
I have no idea. Like I like
Because
I'm just comparing it to how much money he spends on baby oil compared to how much he's like spending on like people like for sexual things. So like I don't know, like an equal value between the two just feels wild to me. But yeah, so he I mean 1200 still 1200, you know, that's still a lot of money.
hey,
It's rent right
300
there.
an hour is, you know,
I mean, yeah, I mean it's still a lot. Like for me, that's a lot. Like
yeah.
somebody that makes like no money like this, I'd take it, but also too like I don't know, I just felt like it was weird, like the amount, because I don't know, I just felt like it would have been more, so I was a little shocked by that. But yeah, so he took this in and he talked about like all their interactions and everything, and um basically what happened. So like he was always told what to do, like Diddy would always direct it in a way, almost like he was like a porn like director. Basically, he would always like tell them things to do or whatever. Like halfway through, he'd be like, you know, do this instead or whatever, like comments. So like he basically was just going on explaining everything, and it's just wild. The
That
whole
boy
thing
was
is wild.
coaching. He was coaching.
Basically coaching, but also at the same time, you know, reloading.
Respawning.
Respawning. Literally, like that's the thing, like after you've like come once, like it takes a minute to like reload here. Like why do you want to keep doing it? Like I don't, it's like one and done, take a nap. Go for a walk. Like I
I
don't
think
know.
that's what you would tag in the Punisher.
Well, the thing is, he never participated. He just sat in the corner.
No, that's not true. He would definitely tag team with the Punisher on certain occasions.
Yeah, I want to revisit that. I mean, some of the things I've read, I'm like, I never want to read these again. Anyways, any more comments on this before I move on?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, this was a good day. So the 21st, Homeland Security, or I guess like FBI, I don't know. They took the stand and they were talking most of the day about all the things that they found at his home.
Oh my god. This is
from
a
the search.
cartoon. This is a cartoon episode, Tosh. AR-15s and oil and lubricants.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like,
oh, ammunition and baby oil.
yeah. So they basically were talking about everything that they found from their investigations from when they raided his house, like all of his houses that one day last year, whatever it was, when they went after him. So yeah, they basically, yeah. Can you imagine like walking into a room and you just see an AR-15, ammunition, baby oil, you know, lube, just all together.
Yeah.
Just chilling. Yeah. Yeah, so there's a lot of that happening, a lot of drugs, pills, powder, crystal, substance, you know, a lot of money were found, residues, like, yeah, they found a lot of cocaine, ketamine, MDA, MA, meth. Yeah, so he had a fucking pharmacy in his house. he had a whole fucking, I don't even know what you would call it. Like all the drugs, all the sex stuff, guns, like just chilling in his house. And the craziest thing to me is like he has so many kids. They all grew up in these homes. And I know that like some of his older kids participated in a lot of these things or were obviously aware of a lot of these things and went to parties and stuff. Like I think like he has like 2 older sons that were also accused of like being a part of them and stuff. But like he also has like younger kids that are like younger, like teens, and I think he has like even younger. Like and it's just crazy to me.
He's gonna have to like answer to them, you know, like as a
yeah,
father.
like well, not even just answer to them, but it's like all of this stuff in the house. That's an easy like take your kids away case. like CPS could easily like take them out, you know? Like that shit's wild. So yeah, they went over all of the things that they found in the house and all of the alterations, like the guns that were all like altered illegally and everything. And then there were other people on the stand too that day. Former executive assistant. He worked long days. Yeah, he was talking about how he worked like 80 to 100 hours a week. Could you imagine?
I didn't even know that many hours.
That's basic. You're basically you're basically just working.
Yeah.
You're literally just working and sleeping.
Yeah,
like that's your entire life.
40 hours is a normal work week, so yeah.
Yeah, like you're basically working 2 jobs and extra. So yeah, and he did again, he also did the hotel rooms for him. He brought in clothes, speakers, candles, liquor, baby oil, Astroglide. And then yeah, he would have he would bring guests in sometimes, but not always. I can't remember. I was watching because I watched one of the I watched a video about it with somebody explaining it, but he basically was he like brought some people like oh my god, what's the word?
Like butlers?
No, like just like women, like strippers, like
Prostitute?
yeah, I guess that's the word. I'm thinking of something similar, but I can't get it off my
Prostitute?
tongue.
Ladies of
I
the
have no
night?
idea, but
Hookers?
yeah, but basically he was the one that like coordinated people coming in and out,
Concubines?
and like I don't know, but he basically did all that. He helped coordinate people
Oh,
sneaking in
escorts.
and out. There we go. Yeah. So like sneaking in and out and made sure that they weren't caught like getting photos or whatever, or like in around Diddy. And he also had to clean up the rooms afterwards, which is wild. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Sanitation wise. I don't know about that.
Like he didn't do full on clean, but like he had to like gather everything, right? Like all the empty bottles and everything. At least like any kind of evidence in a way.
Poor hotel workers too, man.
I was just gonna say, like he would clean up, like with like gathering evidence or whatever was necessary, and then like everything else was left for hotel workers, which, like, shout out to hotel people because, damn, like I worked in a hotel once for a little bit. That shit sucks, and
Did you really?
yeah, I did for a few months. And I quit because I couldn't do it. But I worked the front desk, so I didn't do the cleaning. But like, I knew how much work, how much time, and how disgusting rooms can be.
Why
So
couldn't you do it?
I just didn't like it. I just didn't like it.
I
Yeah.
also worked at a hotel for a while, and that was my last like job until I decided to like work for myself as a realtor, like become a realtor. Yeah, I couldn't do it
Yeah.
either.
Yeah, I did not like it. I did not
Same.
like it.
Same.
Yeah, it's a rough place to work. So shout out to everybody that does work in hotels. Because yeah, it is definitely a hard job for sure. There's a lot that's happening, and you have to clean up after a lot of people. And the people that had to clean up after Diddy every single fucking day deserve a lot,
A Nobel
a
Peace
lot
Prize.
more than what they got. Yeah. So yeah. So moving on, I think this next one might be the one you might get excited for. Yes, it is. So on May 22nd, Kid Cudi takes the stand.
Yeah. So apparently Diddy set his car on fire.
Yep. And
Cause he heard it was with Cassie.
yeah, so well, there was also an incident too with his dog. I didn't read upon the dog until like last second, like an hour before we started, so I didn't really have time to go back and edit and to add it. So I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but with his car, yeah. So Diddy and Cassie were dating from, I can't remember what the years were, like 2007 to 2018 or something like that. But in between that time when they were together, like they would like be on and off and have breaks here and there, or whatever. So during one of their breaks, Cassie was seeing Kid Cudi. I don't know if they were like dating or just hanging out or just, smashing on the side, or what their relationship was like, but they're hanging out together, and Diddy obviously found out, and he was really upset, and he lit his car on fire with a Molotov. Wild.
Yeah.
Wild. Yeah, that was crazy.
That's some mafia shit though. Like he couldn't just like, I don't know, go up and fight him at a show or something. He lit his car on fire. That's crazy.
I know. Like, I felt like that was really weak, because here's the thing. Like, allegedly, Diddy has put out the hit and killed many people.
Like Tupac,
Tupac, Biggie, Kim Porter. There's so many people. There's so many people on his list, right? So the fact that you're upset and you have this thing where you tend to like be upset at people and you just like them. I'm surprised Kid Cudi made it through. I'm surprised all he got was a Molotov.
Yeah.
Like he didn't get anything physically harmed on him. It was his property.
He didn't end up missing.
Yeah. Like it was like a warning, and it was kind of like a weak warning, to be honest, from Diddy, considering his track record of his alleged murders. They are murders. I have to say alleged because whatever, but we already know. We already know what's up. But yeah, and I guess there was also, he did something to his dog too. I can't remember what it was exactly off the top of my head, but he like hurt the dog or something.
Yeah, I don't remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I saw something about a dog, like Kid Cudi's dog. So I'm not sure. So I'm saying I have to look further into it to be like to confirm. But if he did do anything to a dog, animal abuse is where I draw a line. That shit's wild. Do not
How
hurt
far are
dogs.
you on this? Is this like something that could be a part 2, or are you almost done?
A lot of it after is kind of really quick. Don't worry.
Oh no, I'm not saying because I gotta go. I'm just saying for like another show of this shit.
Well,
But if it's fast, just do it today.
No, we can finish it today, trust, because
Okay,
a lot
cool.
of this after here kind of speeds up, and then there's a few like extra bonus slides at the end. So I mean, if you're looking at the number at the top, don't worry about the number on the top. Because yeah, I feel like we're basically wrapping it up here. I think I only have like 3-4 more major ones. Mahalo, that's wild of you.
My man.
And then that same day they had like a lot more witnesses take the stand, just basically talking about all of their parts in that, what they've witnessed and everything. So there's a lot. So the next day, another former assistant took the stand. Capricorn Clark. I don't know if that's her real name or if that was like a pseudonym.
Capricorn Clark.
I don't know. Like that feels wild to me if her name was actually Capricorn. But anyways,
that's a cool name,
kind of cool, but also it's a name. So basically, they took the stand. They were on the stand the entire day, actually, I think. But basically, they were talking about all the things that they had to do. Obviously, being the assistant and how they interacted with Cassie and everything. And then they specifically had, like, they were working with him during the Kid Cudi situation. So they basically talked about how Diddy came to their house in the morning and then like demanded that they go and like, you know, you can read the quote. But yeah, so she basically, I guess, was involved in a way, forcefully involved in that. And then yeah, basically just talked about that, and then just their interact, like, because they, from what I remember and recall, I think they had a lot of interaction with Cassie too. So they basically had a lot of knowledge on like the abuse and like Diddy and how angry he was and how he got riled up and saw the guns and everything and was just very solid witness to add on. So next day, we're back to some Kid Cudi. So that day, the police and fire investigators that were on the case took the stand, and they basically showed all their evidence and everything from the arson and everything, and said that like this was obviously a targeted event. This wasn't like random. The car didn't explode on its own. Just, you know, further proof that he did it and everything. And then another witness took the stand that day also. One of the stylists who basically talked about how they how Casey or not Casey, why Casey? What did
Capricorn?
no Cassie?
Oh, Cassie.
How they had a conversation with Cassie about how she was upset or something because Diddy was promising to like record music and whatnot. But he was like threatening her and like saying stuff like he's gonna release their sex tapes and everything like that and all that from the freak offs. And so like he obviously like, you know, because he was like a stylist or whatever, so he worked with Cassie a lot, like getting ready for events and stuff. So they obviously had a lot of conversations, or he overheard a lot of things. So he was just basically talking about how, you know, he had to cover up a lot of bruises on her face and everything like that and all of that. So basically just more witnesses saying what they know, saying all the things that they've been.
It's not looking good, my man.
No, it's not. Oh my god, I can't because of the fucking thing on the top. I can't see. I think this says Mia.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So,
look at it on Restream. It's clear.
No, I see it on Restream, but I don't know if you see it, but with the presentation, like there's like a thing with the slides that's covering like half the top. For me, it's covering half the top. So I can't see. I can only see May 29, 30, and June. And then there's like a huge blob.
Oh, no, not
blocking.
For us. Or not for me.
For me, it is. So I just forgot. So Mia. So this was a cover name for one of the people that took the stand for the week. They were one of a bigger witness also. One of Diddy's former employees. She basically just talked about all of her experiences with him. Lovely times, you know, being harassed, abused, you know, a lot of things, a lot of really shitty work environments. The fact that like she was trying to work for him and then at the same time like being forced into sexual acts and everything, and she felt like, you know, she couldn't get out, like there was nothing she would do. She would try to leave, try to quit, but he would threaten her, and, you know, say that he would expose things and, you know, release the footage and everything. I can't remember how she got out. I think he just eventually just let her quit in a way after so long. I feel like he just probably got tired of her, as wild as that is to say, because I don't know exactly how they ended it essentially, but she did eventually quit, obviously. Yeah, no, it was a lot for this one. I hope she gets her justice on this one too. Same with Cassie on this, because from a lot of things I've read that she had to endure is crazy. Because it's like one thing to be hired to do like all these sexual acts, but to be employed and to be expected to like, you know, do work things, you know, like being an assistant and then being forced into a lot of these things, that's just crazy. Where's the HR when you need them? So so definitely a rough week in the trial, going over a lot of this stuff. I don't know if you have anything to add.
No. Some of these I knew, and some of them are like this Mia person. I don't know anything about this, but like the Punisher and stuff like that. I extensively heard a lot about the happenings from there. So yeah, there was a few things that I knew and a few things that I didn't. Very informative. Shout out to Tasha for putting all this together. Thank you.
Okay, so moving on, the hotel video. So June 3rd, the worker from the hotel was on trial. He basically talked about how he was given $100,000 in cash
To keep
for
quiet.
the video. Yeah, to keep quiet and to give him the video. Crazy. It's so crazy to me that he did it. But I also understand why, because I mean, he was probably threatened. But it's so crazy. Like that guy just showed up to work one day, gave Diddy footage of him abusing somebody in the hotel, and he made $100,000. Also, too, how does your? I mean, I know you got it in cash, but like, are you putting that in the bank eventually? Like that feels sus. Like for me, I hate having cash. So if I got cash, I'd be like putting it in the bank, and that's gonna look hella sus on me, but I don't care. So like, yeah, it's just crazy. Like, that's what I mean. Like, he paid $100,000 for this like footage, but he only paid like $2,000. Like, that's why I'm like, that feels so wild to me. It felt like too like not like cheaped out in a way. Anyway, so he basically talked about how he was signing an NDA, how much he got paid and everything for this, which I wonder if he's gonna get charged for it. Like, cause that's the thing that I'm like, I feel like it's a gray area because like he was bribed into this and he took the money and he gave the footage over and signed an
He
NDA.
signed the NDA.
And he signed it. But the thing is, he signed an NDA with Diddy about this for something that he did illegally, technically, because he's working for the hotel company. So I'm sure that like that violates a lot of rules. So I'm like wondering if maybe like something's gonna like they're gonna come after him for like doing that and participating. You know, like I feel like that's like hella sketchy. Like I can understand in a way, like in that situation, he probably had no choice because he was probably being threatened and everything from Diddy. But at the same time, like it's so crazy because what he did was hella illegal, and he got a lot of money from the bribe. So like I don't know, it's just crazy. It's so many like I'm like, did Diddy live a single day without participating in one criminal activity? Like every day he's doing something hella illegal. It's wild.
Tasha, look how many viewers we have right now.
Perfect.
I've been waiting for that all night.
69. And then also to a former financial officer from Bad Boy Entertainment took the stand, basically just talked about how he managed Diddy's finances, which has that job alone has to be interesting. I want to know like what his finances are like. Like how much money is he spending every day
on baby oil? And then like 100,000 comes up missing. You're like, what happened here? You know, why are we missing 100,000?
Like that's the thing. Like $100,000 missing one day, and then you ask him what happened, and then it's like, does he tell you? Yeah, like, and that's the thing. It's like, and that happens all the time with him. Like, there's so many things that he's done like this, you know. So it's like, I don't know. It's just wild. And also, too, I'm just, how the fuck does Diddy have money? I don't understand how he has so much money. But again, I don't know his career, but I also know that he obviously found so many artists, so he's probably making a lot of money off of them. But at the same time, like, I feel like, I don't know.
His label sold millions and millions of records. Bad Boy, that was his label. They sold millions and millions of records.
Like, I get that he made money, but like, I don't know. I just like, he does not deserve this money. This money has corrupted him.
Yeah, well,
he's
as
corrupt.
a person, as a person, no, he doesn't deserve to be in a position of power like that. he
Hell
did work
no.
his ass off as a hip hop producer. You know what I mean? Like can't take that away from him. But
Yeah. Well, yeah, that's
but
like the
like
unfortunate part. It's like you see a lot of these people now that are coming out, you know, R. Kelly, Diddy, Jay-Z, who obviously have musical talents, but
Jay-Z.
yeah, but you know, in their personal lives and their personality and who they actually are outside of their talent, it's not a good person. Anyways, so
Do you think they might have became a bad person because of the position they were in?
I think it made him worse. I feel like he probably had bad intentions to begin with and was a little greedy. And I feel like he's always had his fetishes. And that once he got more money, he got the freedom to
Explore that.
explore it further. So more witnesses take the stand. This I think this was the day they watched the full video. They watched a lot of videos actually. They watched like a couple like I guess porn sex videos. But they definitely watched the hotel one. I think this was the day it was released to the public too. I think this was the same day that like the full video was released or whatever. Because I know before we've obviously seen parts of it before for like over a year now, but I think they released like the full thing recently about that. And then others took the stand. So another friend of Cassie's testified. What? Diddy held her over a 17-story balcony.
Oh, I didn't know this.
Yo, that's wild to me because, like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I hate heights. Like, I'm okay with heights sometimes, but like, I get that sinking feeling in my stomach every time I'm like on a balcony, and the more I get close to the edge and I look down, like, that shit freaks me out. So I could not imagine like being forcefully held over a balcony 17 stories high. Yo, that shit would have traumatized me. Yeah, so basically they were just talking about their interactions obviously that they had with Diddy while they were obviously friends with Cassie, so they would come over all the time and had a lot of not so good interactions, I guess you could say, with Diddy, and just basically telling their side of everything and all of their experiences, just, you know, adding on. There's a lot of information I've added. So the end of that week and then the whole next week after that, this was Jane, the witness. I don't know if you know Jane.
Let me see.
This is a big witness too that they have. So Jane is another like a hidden name,
Escort?
pseudonym. No,
Oh.
pseudonym name. Like they're not releasing this witness's name, but there's rumors that it's because this is supposed to be an ex of Diddy's, a recent ex too. So I think I can't remember. Who was it that he was dating recently?
J-Lo?
No. Man, every time I type Diddy in my thing now, I get like all my research and not the fucking wiki page. Young Miami
Oh, okay.
is his recent partner. I don't know if it is her or not, but I've seen a lot of speculation that it's possibly her. But basically, she was on stand for a long time, like about over a week, like I don't know, 6-7 days. So she just basically was talking a lot about her experience dating him and all the things that she was forced into. So all of her like freak off hotel nights that she had to partake in, and all the sexual encounters she had to have with all the male escorts and everything. And she only did it because she wanted to make him happy, obviously, and she didn't want to like lose the relationship, so she just like kind of put up with it. And that she wanted to spend time with him, and like she felt like this was the only way that he would, because other than that, like he was always busy and around and doing other things or with other people, so this was like their only time. And Cassie made the same statement actually too, like the same comment basically from both of them, saying that like the only time that they felt like they could be alone with Diddy and actually spend like personal time together was during the freak offs, because other than that, like he was always, you know, out and about doing other shit with other people, you know. So this was like him basically saying like, you know, if you want
imagine
with
you're
me,
you're
you
one
have
of the
to do
girls
this.
and like you're thinking of a date night and she's like, how about we go to a movie? And he's like, well, how about we do this, this, and this, and this, and this? It's
Literally.
like, I'm just gonna go to a movie, man.
Literally, like that's the thing. Like that's what they said. Like that's like a lot of their comments were like, you know, the only times that they really got to spend time with him was either in the freak offs or like when they're at a party or an event in front of
Yeah.
press where they don't really get time together, you know. So yeah, so basically there was just a lot of that discussion, a lot of talks about abuse getting involved, like physically and everything like that. I know that there was a whole day or whatever dedicated to their birthday party, how like it was her birthday, they were having a party, and then Diddy like forced her into doing a lot of things that she didn't want to do, and she kept like trying to say like, this is my birthday, like why can't I just have a break, you know, basically from all this shit and just do something fun for me. And you know, she was forced into obeying basically. Yeah, so just a lot of things, just a lot of like being forced into it and have no choice, and realize the abuse and the comparisons to Cassie's situation, and how it's just like him repeating the same situation again with a whole new relationship. And then also like feeling trapped to leave, obviously. They did end it though, I think they ended it actually right after he got arrested or whatever. So yeah, so basically Jane's been a really big one and a very recent one, and there's a lot of content. Obviously I couldn't fit it in. I actually cut it off on the bottom, I just noticed. But yeah, so there's just a lot of things with Jane. Obviously I couldn't fit it all in one slide, but tempted. And then oh yeah, I forgot to fix this one. So I'm basically missing a week because there was a lot. I literally wrote this like 2 days ago to myself. So yeah, there's a lot more that happened. I think Jane actually went back on stand for like one more day after that, and then just a lot more like little witnesses here and there. Nothing, I don't think there anything major. Oh, speaking of though, on June 13th, do you know who was in the audience? Who visited that day?
Kanye West.
Kanye was fucking there supporting Diddy. Wild.
Yeah. Speculation says Kanye might have had something to do with these freak offs, but that's hearsay.
100%. He had to have. He definitely was a participant or a attender for sure. He had to have been. But yeah, so
Kanye might have been at the freak offs.
What?
Kanye.
but do you know what's funny? Do you know who was at more freak offs than Kanye?
Not Jay-Z.
Jay-Z.
That's all hearsay.
They've been besties since the 90s.
As much video evidence as they've had, I have yet to see Jay-Z at one of these freak offs or potentially close to a freak off. So as far as I'm concerned, my man is scot-free so far. So I mean,
Okay. Do you not remember there was like another famous, I can't remember, it was like a rapper and he was talking about how he was invited to a Diddy party or like to a private one, and then he said yes, and then he entered the room and it was just like a few people, and they were like, it was like Diddy, and then he was like, Beyonce and Jay-Z were sitting right there. And then after he was like talking about the quote, he's like, I'm never accepting this again.
I do
So
remember.
I
I just forget who it was.
yeah, I forget who it was too. Anyways, I can't remember. I don't remember all those like random new rappers, the young folks ones, the little babies and all that shit. Anyway,
I got a text. I'm not gonna divulge who it was from, but apparently Diddy was dating or wanted to date Jennifer Lopez back then. The lead role was given
He
to a
did.
girl that looked exactly like Selena. She was found dead in a trash container. So then the lead role was given to Jennifer Lopez. Again, that's what the internet is gossiping about.
Oh yeah, well, yeah, yeah. That's why I feel like that's a big reason why she did get the role in general. But yeah, they did date. They did it for a few years, I think. J Lo's like biggest moment, you know, like her big fashion moment with that green dress that she's like really well known for. Yeah, that
Yeah.
night Diddy was on her arm. Like they were dates to that event because they were dating together at that time. Um, so yeah, so they've definitely been, they were, have a history. And it ended pretty quickly because of that whole shooting incident.
Yep.
I can't remember who it was that was assisting in that, but they got arrested. I want to say Kane. I don't know why the name Kane is in my mind, but I don't know. But they were the one that took the fall for it for Diddy's part.
Shine.
Shine, that's it.
Yeah.
I was close. So
Pain.
I was close. Okay. So yeah, like basically all of last week was pretty, I mean, there was still a lot happening in the trial. I didn't add it all because I went to bed and then I just didn't pick it up, and I've been really busy past 2 days, so I didn't get to add it. But yesterday, the trial's still happening. So yesterday, Diddy actually took he didn't take the stand, but he basically made his comment saying like he's not going to take the stand, basically, which is wild because like I was kind of hoping for him to like finally like get up there and then have like, you know, everyone else come after him with questions, you know. But in a way, I understand why he's refusing, because he doesn't
Yeah.
want to be put in that situation,
Yeah. It's a
because
no-win
he
situation for
knows.
him. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows it's just gonna make him even worse
Yeah.
off. So I mean, I guess in a way it's a smart move on his part, but also too kind of makes you look guilty because like if you think that you can be proven not guilty, then why are you so afraid to answer some questions?
Yeah.
So yeah, so and also too, the judge asked him how he was feeling after everything, and he said he was feeling great. Like he's just like
Okay.
positive.
Yeah.
He's living his best life. I think he's just happy because he's not sitting behind bars all day, because he actually gets to be let out right now. In
Right now,
between.
as of now.
Well, I mean, just temporarily during the trial. He's still being put back there at night. So yeah. And then basically that leaves us with today. So today, I think they took a break today. They didn't have session today or whatever, but they're going back in tomorrow, and they're beginning their closing arguments starting tomorrow. So it's supposed to take a few days probably, and this is where they're going to be doing everything, like debating everything and trying to figure out, did he do it?
So when's the actual verdict read?
We won't know. That's the thing. Because they're starting the closing arguments tomorrow. So they're just starting now to wrap everything up and go over everything, review and everything. So who knows? And the thing is, like, a lot of things could happen. It could be delayed. Like, it could take extra days. It could be real quick. Like, we don't really kind of know what's happening. Also, too, like, you never know. They could just pull out a random surprise witness, too, to add to the whole pile. So who knows what's going to happen. So as of right now, there's actually no verdict on if he's been charged or not, because the trial is still happening as we speak, which is crazy. It's almost July. They started this the first week of May. Like, it's been 2 months. It's still happening. How long was the Johnny Depp one? I think that was only like a few weeks.
And I feel like
a
that
month
one
at
got
most.
way more publicity than this. I don't know why, but I feel like
Well, it did because they released all the footage. Like, people, like, the press were in there or whatever, right? So they actually got to release all of their statements and everything, right? So we got to actually, like, see it all, hear it all, and then, like, really analyze it. And it was like every day it was like being released. So more people got to see it. Whereas with this, we're only getting the sketches and then the minor reports from, like, who were in there. So a lot of it's like we're still getting information, but I feel like that's a big reason why it's not as public, is because most people don't want to do the work and reading all the news articles and stuff happening.
Yeah. They should have hired Mac. You know, I could cover an event like nobody's business.
Yeah. But yeah, so who knows when this is going to end. But that's basically where we're at today.
Good job.
Just in time. This ended up perfect, you know?
Yeah.
We're getting right to the closing of the trial. It ended just in time for episode 69.
69 in.
69 out.
Nah. Good job on the presentation, Tasha. Thank you for putting this together. Good shit. I was gonna say let's do a verdict right now, but I think it's pretty self-explanatory.
He did it. Come on. What do you think?
All sides are pointing to guilty.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's the craziest thing. Like, and I feel like the charges aren't good enough.
It's hard to say innocent, you know?
Yeah.
It's hard to be like, to find any loophole where it's like, well, technically, that's hard. So
yeah. And like his only, like, side to it is like it's his fetish. Like, he's just participating in sexual acts. And it's like, it's one thing to participate in your fantasies and stuff. It's another to force people into it, into bribing people, into abusing people. And there's like endless amount of witnesses and evidence of it. So it's like, you can't use that as an excuse when it's not an answer.
Look what my mom said.
Thanks. I slapped that shit together real quick. I appreciate it.